Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back, my esteemed students, to lesson number 10. This lesson will talk about the development of writing. In this lesson we will talk about how did writing begin throughout the history. And this lesson will be for literary students, and at the same time it's so important, so you have to draw your attention carefully to the details and information in this lesson. Let's do the first task. We will read this text. As man's social skills started to develop, new ways to communicate began to emerge. No one knows how the first spoken language began. The need to record ideas in writing came much later. I will repeat it and explain some new words. As man's social skills began to develop new ways to communicate here mean to speak with others, to talk with others, to send, let's say, messages or letters to other people. So this kind of communication began to emerge, to appear. No one knows how the first spoken language began, but none of us knows or realizes how that started in the past. The need to record ideas. Here we have need. We want to record, to write down our ideas. So the need to record ideas in writing came much later. Number A. The French archaeologist Monsieur Champollion, who lived at the time of Napoleon, was interested in ancient writing. Read the first part of this letter about Egyptian hieroglyphics or picture writing. What was his discovery? The text, or the first part of our text, is: for a long time, everyone thought that each picture represented a word. Sometimes that's true, but in fact, each picture represented a sound. For a long time, every one of us thought, or everyone through the history thought is the past of think, that each picture represents a word. But that was wrong, because every picture represented not a word but a sound. Sometimes that's true, but in fact each picture represented a sound, like A, O, P, M, etc. Now, after reading this part number 1 of this text, here each picture represented a sound, not necessarily a word. This is the answer why the discovery of hieroglyphics or picture writing was so important. Now, number B. On the right we have some pictures. Those pictures, this and this hand, this is a bird, the first one is a feather, This is something looks like a triangle, let's say. This oval shape, this is, and we have a lion, etc. We have many shapes on the right. Look at this famous Egyptian name written in hieroglyphics. Use the key to read it. Use the key. What is the meaning of key here? Here the key is this picture or this shape, the feather I mean, represented or represents the E sound, and the hand, this represents T, this bird represents A, and this shape represents C. The oval shape, this represents R. This rope, let's say it as rope, represents O, and this square represents P. The lion represents L. If we replace these shapes with the previous letters or sounds, we can get a word. So here we have to look at the famous Egyptian name written in hieroglyphics, and after that we want to use the key word, the key, to read it. So this is the first one, represents C. L E P A T R A. Have you guessed what is this word, my dear students? I think you have. It's Cleopatra. The answer here is Cleopatra. Who is Cleopatra? She was a queen in the past, a queen of Egypt in the past. Now number C, read the second part of Champignon's letter, then mark the sentences 2 for true or F for false. We have the sentences. Monsieur Champignon's task was very difficult. The discovery of the Rosetta Stone was very important. The most important thing on the stone was the story it told. Number 4, the story on the stone was in 2 languages. 5, it was soon clear that the pictures represented sounds. Let's read, then we can answer the question. Working out the sounds of language dating back 3,000 years was a mammoth task. Mammoth means huge or big, very large task. The breakthrough means achievement. The breakthrough came when Napoleon's troops unearthed the Rosetta Stone at the turn of the 19th century. Unearthed means if you want to unearth, you are digging up this place or this, earth here. Unearth means to dig up. The writing on it was in praise of Ptolemy the fifth, who ruled in 196 BC. But the story was written in Greek as well as Egyptian hieroglyphics. It has taken me 15 years to work out the translation. The first word I could read in each language was Ptolemy. It was many years later that I realized the pictures might represent sounds. Eventually, finally, I was able to understand group of some symbols. I could realize a category of symbols or signs. Now let's come back to the sentences. The first one, sentence number 1. Monsieur Champolion's task was very difficult. Yes, it's true. It was a mammoth task. It was a mammoth task. Mammoth here means huge, so difficult. Huge and very large task. Number 2, the discovery of Rosetta Stone was very important. Yeah, it's true also. Because it was a breakthrough or achievement. The breakthrough came. Number 3, the most important thing on the stone was the story it told. No, it's false. The important thing was that it was in 2 languages. It was so important because it has 2 languages on it. Number 4, the story on the stone was in 2 languages. Yes, true. Egyptian hieroglyphics and Greek. Number 5, it was soon clear that the pictures represented sounds. Yeah, no, it's false. It was many years later that. Not soon, many years later. Now let's move to our workbook. Exercise number A on page number 22. So we are moving now to exercise number A in our workbooks, page number 22 in unit 3. Complete the text about the origins of writing with the words in the books. We have 6 words in the books. We have to put these words in the correct space. Number 1, sticks. 3 sounds. 2 sounds. 3 words. 4 ideas. 5 objects. And finally, alphabets. The origins of writing. Let's read. And at the same time, while I'm reading, I will put the correct word in its correct space. Yes, I am reading now. The origins of writing. Pictures came before words. So at first, we had pictures instead of words. The first one is words. Pictures came before words. They showed objects and numbers from prehistoric times. It was more difficult to record, yes, ideas. It was difficult to record ideas. The first form of writing comes from Mesopotamia in 3500 BC. Pictures were written in wet clay with sticks. The cuneiform alphabet. 500 years later, the Egyptians developed their own picture writing, which is hieroglyphics, associated with sounds. The The Chinese and Mayans of South America also developed writing at this time. Eventually, sounds were reduced to an alphabet form. The original alphabet is thought to come from the Semites who lived in Arabia around 3000 BC. Both the English and Arabic alphabets have this common origin. After reading, you can see the answers in front of you, my students. To complete or to put them in the correct space. And reaching at this point, we can conclude our lesson for today's session. Eventually, I want to thank all of you for your patience, for your listening to me, and goodbye.